Hey, Phantomaniacs, welcome to the newest unboxing here on the Needless Things YouTube channel. Today, I am looking at another birthday present that I'll be reviewing these over the course of the next couple of weeks, I guess. Something that came out a little while ago, but I am delighted because as much as I cannot stand insects, I loved Scumbug. When I was a kid, I loved the original Scumbug figure. I don't know why. Something about it was just gross action figure perfection. And I was so excited when Super 7 first announced that they were doing Scumbug in their Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line about 18 years ago. So we've got our slipcover. This is one of the last ways that we'll have these slipcovers, which I'm fine with. It's just more stuff I won't have to put in the recycling bin. He's got a unique embossed Scumbug. Oh, it's not embossed already. So that's right, because we cut costs on the slipcovers, and then we removed them entirely. Well, first we lost the mailer box. Then they cut cost on the slipcovers. They stopped embossing them, and then they got rid of the slipcovers entirely. Which, fine. I got no problem with that. So anyway, take the slipcover off. And look at that gorgeous, repulsive beast. I could not tell you why I liked the original figure. Well, he's very colorful. He's got tons and tons of sculpted detail. But I really dug this character, so I was thrilled to see him in the Ultimates line. Scumbug, the turtle-busting exterminator. Sent to eliminate the bug problem in the Technodrome, a mild-mannered exterminator got accidentally oozed and mutated into the scampering, sickening Scumbug. Armed with his poisonous pincers and a tank full of anti-turtle spray, this rude roach chews his way through almost anything. His power claw and bulletproof shell make him a tough, turtle-busting bug, because as we know, the turtles use a lot of guns and tend to shoot their enemies. Using his super sensitive antenna as a telepathic link to insidious insects, Scumbug's the Pied Piper of the creepy and the crawly. You'll know when you're near his army. Just listen for the crunch. That is disgusting. So great box. The boxes have always been absolutely fantastic in this line. I am conflicted about the direction and what is going on with Super 7's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ultimates line. They got to do what they got to do. Oh, look at this. So the background here is a little less glossy. This might actually make for a good thumbnail background for me. I'm going to hang on to that. Although would anything really be better than that? Maybe I should just use that. All right, sorry. So, I don't know the story. I don't know if anybody other than Super 7 employees know the story. But something happened with how Super 7 is allowed to produce their Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ultimates. And the bottom line is, it looks like, for the most part, they can't really recreate the Playmates designs anymore. This is heartbreaking to me because that's why I was collecting these. That was one of the seminal toy lines when I was younger. I can't say when I was a kid, because by the time Turtles came out, I should have been finishing up G.I. Joe and moving on from toys. Well, I say should have. Society thinks that's what should have been going on with me. But I never really got out of toys. Oh man, that backpack looks so good. So anyway, I got into Turtles, and I loved that original Ninja Turtles line. It was the replacement for G.I. Joe. And, part of why I got out of Joe, and you know what, I need to save this for an episode of Audible Interlude, a G.I. Joe podcast. so good. Anyway, I went from Joe to Turtles when I should have gone from Joe to, football or whatever type of thing people do. So this line was for a kid, well, one that absolutely adored the original Mirage comic, which is why I have been reviewing NECA's Mirage Turtles releases. For a kid who loved comic books, who loved design, who loved gross out stuff, who loved like Mad Balls and Battle Beasts and all that, and humanoids, all that kind of stuff, Ninja Turtles really felt like, Dave, we're making these for you. Like, that's how this line felt to me, or the Playmates line felt to me. And it went so far beyond what the Mirage comics ever did. So, anyway, I was collecting the Super 7 Ultimates because I was getting, this is what, it's so disgusting. This is what I wanted that Playmates line to be. With the articulation and the actual painted details and, everything else that Super 7 has done. This was definitely fulfilling a dream. Kind of similar to how Hasbro's Transformers G.I. Joe crossovers have done. That's something that I never imagined possible. That shoulder's scary. When I was a kid, but it's something that I always wanted. There we go. Ugh. Just the bugs crawling all over him. So bad. So his shell is attached up at the shoulders. It's got a little slot right here for his backpack, which is pretty low profile. Not bad. Ugh, this is making my skin crawl just handling this, which is ridiculous, I know. Just look at all this just disgusting detail on this guy. So his own, my memory is that his body produces the toxic poison that kills the turtles, or that is meant to exterminate the turtles. Oh man, that's brutal. Well, a little durometer problem on old Scumbug. Looks like we're going to be getting a replacement, which is unfortunate because my wife got this for me, so she is going to have to deal with the process of the return. Well, let's go ahead and finish old Scumbug, our review here, and then I'll do a little follow-up. Look, you can see the stress on that joint too. Look, why not? Go ahead. Okay, so that one dealt with it. Oof, and that just snapped. So anyway, our pal Scumbug here. Yeah, I can't finish this review. And we're back. This is a time jump for me, nothing of any consequence for you guys. My replacement Scumbug has arrived from Big Bad Toy Store, so we're going to finish taking a look at the figure and the accessories. So this is going to be a great backdrop. This might be my new yellow backdrop because it's so gigantic. It's got a nice base. It's really sturdy. Anyway, so this one arrived and I heated it up before I did anything with it, and that joint is perfectly fine. Might be able to see there are no stress marks on the peg. So I don't know if that first one was particularly brittle or what the deal was, but now this one is all good. And the figure is absolutely fantastic. There were a couple of things that I did have to figure out about it, though. So, first of all, the default portrait here, you can see it's actually got an articulated jaw. Not a ton of movement on it, but I like that it does move. It's a nice feature. Those crazy bloodshot bug eyes. And I really like this because very clearly it's supposed to be electrical tape tying his antenna together for whatever reason. Here, let's go ahead and hit our zoom. I just like that that's a recognizable household thing for some reason. It's little touches like that that appealed to me about the original Turtles line. He's got his disgusting little roaches crawling all over him, but he also comes with accessory roaches that plug into, and I've got to say the holes are done pretty well because they kind of pass for just gross holes in his body that he has for, whatever reason. But you can plug the roaches into them. He's got 2 on his stomach, and then there's 1 on his arm over here. And I gotta say, I wish there were more, because he comes with 6 of these gross little accessory roaches. So why not have 3 more holes? Because he's definitely got plenty of space on his body where they could have added, like, oh look, you know what? I didn't notice there's 1 on his leg. So maybe I'm off here. Let's plug that one in. Maybe there are a couple more, excuse me, that I missed somehow. Or not. But at least there is 1 more. But I was thinking there should be some back here on the shell also. I like the different alternatives for his... So his body produces the toxins that come out of his sprayer here. And I like that we've got 2 different versions of the sprayer. We've got this one that I believe is based on the original toys. Because I don't think my memory is not that the original toy had this actual, like, bug sprayer looking one. That looks more like a real life, atomizer? Is that what these things are called? But this one is just not as toyetic. I appreciate that they put it in there, and it's neat. And if you're... I get it. If you want him to look like an exterminator, this is the kind of thing he should have. But this is much more toyetic than that one is. And they're both great, don't get me wrong. And the detail and the paint... Well, we'll go ahead and pull this off because there are a couple things I want to show you about his backpack accessory. Plug that back in there. So these are nice, really soft, basically rubber hoses, and they came in the box plugged in like this. And it took me a minute, because they were packed in this way, and it took me a minute to realize that these actually did rotate, because it was very difficult to get this plugged into his chest, and I'll show you that in just a second. I just want to finish taking a look at his gun first. So you can see great sculpt, great detail, paint job looks awesome. I love this bright green. The colors used on this look good. And then just since we're here, another closer look at the more realistic accessory. And then that hose plugs into both of them, and it plugs in really well too. Friction's going to keep it in there. So nice job on that. And then the backpack, so this hose is permanently plugged into the turtle kill, as it is. This, I don't know why this says toxid instead of toxic. I don't know if that's an error. There are often language issues with things like this. Toxid seems a little weird, but there may be some specific use of that that I'm unaware of. I don't know. But really, let's just make it say toxic. What is this? I like the little leaking detail coming out of here with and this is all sculpt. This isn't just painted on. Really nice touch. So these hoses, this is how they come in the package, with these nozzles plugged into here. And these stay in really well. And then you plug that. You can see the notch on his back has a very specific shape. And that's just... It works, like, if you don't want to put the backpack on him, which I don't know why you wouldn't, but, like, that's subtle enough that it's not a screaming out, there's a big giant hole in his back. So that plugs in securely. You can see it stays in nicely. The problem I had initially setting him up was that these tubes don't stay in his chest very well. This one almost looks like it's not even long enough. Like, they stay in okay, but they should be a little thicker so there'd be a little more friction to keep them in place. And look, it works, but I actually prefer it turned around this way, because now we have this attachment. Like, we don't need to double up on the attachment detail here. So now we have this side, hose plugs into that, and then that plugs into his chest, and it looks like more of a designed piece, if you see what I'm saying. Like, this end is plugged into the backpack, this end is plugged into him. Rather than just a hose stuck in him, it actually has like a nozzle that's puncturing him, which is completely grotesque, but I mean, that's what's happening here. So I actually prefer it this way. And it is a little more secure where it connects to the figure. It's not super secure in the backpack, but again, I mean, these are collector toys. I don't think you're probably sitting on the ground banging them around against each other. So those stay put well enough, and I think this just looks better because it's got, again, it has an actual device plugging into him rather than it just being the end of a hose, which looked weird to me. So I flipped those around, and then we'll plug that hose back into his atomizer thing. And yeah, he's just absolutely fantastic. I like the canister grenades on his belt there, the belt buckle with the little roach, and the painted belt buckle underneath his sort of utility belt situation. Got the bug spray on there, which of course is not bug spray, turtle spray, which, by the way, this, look at that, that's sculpt. That is sculpted on, it's not just a tampo. It's wonderful. So let's take a look at the accessories. The highlight is the alternate head with kind of hypnosis eyes going on, which I think might have been a thing in the cartoon. Maybe, I don't know, it seems familiar to me, or maybe it's from the comic. I'm not sure, and I'm sure you'll tell me in the comments. It's a great looking head, and I'm a big fan of any kind of like hypnosis eyes like that. But the other head, the default head, is definitely the one I'm going to be displaying on the shelf. Also, look at the difference in his antenna. Definitely a little different look going on here. As I said, he's got the extra plug-on roaches that you can have just hanging around his feet. That's probably my plan. And then he's got alternate hands. He's got a C-grip there, kind of an open gesturing type hand, and then a fist for punching. And then for the right side, the more human hand, same thing. So there he is, Scumbug, another masterpiece from Super 7. It was unfortunate that that first one broke, but this one is, I mean, as you saw, it snapped right off. This one, I heated it up first, but it just feels more stable. So that one, there may have been more at play than just a stuck joint on the first one I got. But I love this guy. It's another unique, fantastic character that's what lured me into the Turtles line in the first place. As disgusting as he is, I am delighted to have Scumbug on the shelf. So thanks for watching, everybody. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about Needless Things. And until next time, buy what you like.
Smash that like button if you like Needless Things.